Hi, welcome back to week 51 of the J2l Lifestyle. We are into our final 2 sessions. Next week will be the last one. I want to commend you for your faithfulness in going through all 50 weeks. I hope and pray that even through this 50 over weeks of the discipleship, whether it's through the video clip or even through the simple write-out, that you have more understanding about God's heart and what's going to happen at the end of the age, and more importantly, how do we respond. Today we're going to just focus on one verse, which is J2l 3 verse 14. Primarily is talking about the value of decision. Specifically for the book of J2l, the value of decision is referring to God summoning nations to the valley of Jehoshaphat so that nations can decide whether they are for God or against God pertaining to the nation of Israel. But the same principle applies even to each individual believer, because come down to it, at the end of the day, the fundamental questions God is going to ask us is, are we for Him or against Him? Because being a Christians, we are not at the center of life, but God is at the center of our life. So ultimately, the question is always, do we agree with God? Because the whole book of J2l, especially in J2l chapter 3, why God used Israel as a litmus test for the Gentile church primarily is about the sovereignty of God. God has the right to choose who, when, what, and where. So at the end of the day, do we agree with Him? Do we understand His heart? So it's a question of value of decisions. Everyone has to make that decision daily, and especially at the end of the age where God is going to summon nation to this place called Valley of Jehoshaphat, where there's going to be a final battle between God and man. Human history is not going to end with a great battle between two superpowers. But the Bible is very clear. Human history is going to end with a great battle between God and evil men, seduced and deceived by Satan and led by Antichrist and his empire and his army, that is going to come against Jesus. So it's a very powerful scenario that we need to understand, and we need to apply the principle to our daily life, that each day is always about, may His kingdom come, may His will be done. It's never about us. That's why salvation is more than just inviting Jesus into our heart as a Savior. That is important because we want to be saved from hell's fire. We want to have eternal relationship with Jesus. But salvation is also about inviting Jesus into our life so that He is the Lord of our life. So what does that mean? That means He owns us. Every of our resources, our time, our life belongs to Him, and we live for Him. So may you understand this powerful principle of the value of decision, so that every day we will decide to follow Jesus and give our heart to Him, live in agreement and total alignment with Him. May God bless you and grant you understanding even as you read J2l 3, especially verse 14. God bless you. See you next week.
Just put